I need to keep this ad. You guys need to be seeing this ad. That's the one thing I don't want to get proposed to without having my nails perfectly done, because they know that's me. I can just vex now and say I'm not coming. I'm not coming again. I'm very particular about certain things, and my fiance, Lagos Rain almost stopped my proposal from happening. Can you imagine? He has like my pictures, like cute pictures of me here. Single people, sorry. You guys, I need to bring up my aunt so you guys can be seeing. Only hit me up when she's not home, and that's why I can't get caught up. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dara, and if this is your first time seeing this beautiful face, please don't make it a last by clicking on the subscribe button. Okay, I would really love for you to join my growing tribe on here. I'm just that person you want to really watch and connect to it. Okay, so guys, just as the title implies, you guys, your girl is engaged. You guys, I'm in my fiancé era and I love it so much for me. Like, I'm so excited. To be honest, I think in the course of this video, I'm going to get into like the different emotions that I've been feeling over the time since the proposal happened. But yeah, guys, I'm here to just give you like a story time of how this proposal happened. Did I see this coming? Even like a couple of my close friends have asked me one question I got a lot, like, did I know I was going to be proposed to? So yeah, if you would like to know all the juicy details as well as the things that are coming soon to this channel in regards to like wedding planning and just things like that, at least as far as I know already, then stay tuned and keep on watching. Okay guys, let me just relax. To be honest, I think I should have had a glass of wine for this, but you know what, I'm just going to chill out. So yeah guys, this happened, and yeah, I'm really over the moon, to be honest. I'm grateful to God, and yes, let's just get into it. And guys, I've been keeping this a secret. You guys, I now get it, like when people are like, so I don't know if to say tensed or something, but anyway, this has happened for a little bit, to be honest, a bit, if I'm being honest, almost a couple of months. I never thought I was going to be the kind of person to kind of like hide this. It wasn't like I was intentionally trying to hide the fact that I got engaged, but to be honest, I get it now. And why? So aside from the fact that it can feel a bit overwhelming, especially in regards to like putting out publicly, like those that are very close to me, they already know about this. To be honest, not even everybody that is close to me knows about this, but well, quite a number of them already know about this. And even in terms of like putting this out like to the public, like posting on Instagram, posting on YouTube, the congratulation messages are like nice and everything, but outside of that, I've also seen firsthand how people start to now ask you, well, when is the wedding going to be? When is the wedding planning? And you guys, we need to pause, because, well, I know different cultures in Nigeria have like different ways of doing things. So in the Yoruba culture, of course, like your fiancé or your boyfriend at the time would have gone to meet your parents, just so that they can meet the person that is dating their daughter. And of course, you too, as the female, would already get to know like his parents, but it's not even as official as when the guy is actually the one that first comes to like meet the parents. So the parents kind of like just take a look at him and just kind of assess the kind of person that he is, right? So that already happened sometime last year. And of course, I don't think there's any couple that is dating now that doesn't know that marriage is going to happen. But I think the surprise and every other thing along that line always comes with you not knowing when or how the proposal is going to be set up or how it's going to happen, basically. So yeah, just trying to kind of like determine a couple of things before I put up like the announcement officially is very important to me. So like I said again, the introduction is what happens first after this situation in the Yoruba culture. You guys, I need to bring up my aunt so you guys can be seeing. So the introduction is what happens first, and that's kind of like what we are working on. So I don't know if this is going to go up before or after the introduction, possibly after or maybe shortly before, to be honest. So the introduction is going to happen soon. We're already working towards that. And so when that happens, it's at the introduction in the Yoruba culture. I don't know if this is the same all round in Nigeria. It is at the introduction that the two families and then the intending couples now sit down and discuss an intending wedding date. So then they pick like the wedding dates, inclusive of like the engagement and of course the white wedding. And then we'll now settle in to pick like the court dates, because the court dates will happen before those two things. So anyway, guys, I think that's like the backstory basically of why I am yet to post this online. I mean, there are a couple of other things here and there, but that's just basically it. And you know, like what I've heard, wedding planning is not beans, but hopefully it's like a lot more easy for me because I'm very particular about certain things, and my fiance and I are also particular about certain things that we don't want to compromise on when it comes to wedding. So that means we need to take our time as much as we possibly can. Okay, so guys, now to the main story of how this happened. So did I see this coming? I need to keep this ad. You guys need to be seeing this ad. I'll say yes and no. And so let me just give you guys like a quick backstory of like the days or the weeks before the proposal happened. We had actually had like a trip together, I think about a month or a month and a half before the actual proposal happened. And to be honest, we'd spoken to at the beginning of this year, you know, about certain things we wanted. You already knew the kind of ring, like the shape and just what I wanted. I knew I wanted an oval ring. I need to do like a close-up of my engagement ring, you guys. I'm obsessed. Do you know I've not been wearing it as much? Obviously, because I'm not trying to make a mistake in taking pictures and then I go and post it and then people clock it even before I officially announce. So there have been certain places I've gone to that I wore this and then I was hiding my hands. You guys are going to see all those later. So anyway, we've spoken about this at the beginning of the year, but again, it's up to him to do like the planning. So I didn't know when exactly it was going to happen or how it was going to happen. So anyway, we had traveled and I kind of thought it was going to happen there. But again, because I'm a little bit particular about having like some of my close friends, and I know he probably also wanted to have like his closest friends and family at the proposal. So then I was like, if we're traveling alone, like I actually doubt it might happen, but I still thought it was going to. So I made sure to go ahead and get like my nails done. You know, I was trying to let me be ready. Let me stay on guard. If he's watching this now, just be like, see what this babe was thinking. So I'm just like, let me just be ready at least, because that's the one thing I don't want to get proposed to without having my nails perfectly done. So anyway, we're taking that trip, and well, it didn't happen at the trip, but yeah, it was a really nice time at the trip and whatnot. So I think then we came back, and then I think maybe less than a couple of weeks after that trip, my friend, who is basically like my sister, Ayomide, another of my friends, Adiola, who was apparently involved in this plan. You guys, they had a group chat on top of my head. So Adiola, basically, I think maybe he had informed them maybe a couple of weeks after we came back. I think he had told them at that point that he was going to propose, and then he knew when he was going to do that, but I didn't know. And then my friend Adiola had called me and was like, oh, you know what, it's been a while we've hung out, like let's just find something to do. And now me, I like going bowling. So I'm like, you know what, you've not gone bowling before, let's just try this. And she was like, okay, cool. Before we even started bowling, when we got to like the bowling center or the bowling alley, Ayo called me, and like I pick her call. She was like, oh, how am I doing, and everything. Of course, like this is normal check-in. She had promised me to let's go out for dinner. Apparently, I was finding out later on that this dinner, she wanted us to have like a girls' night out. Apparently, this dinner was actually supposed to be the proposal. So they had picked a couple of dates initially for the proposal, but it had not happened previously. So now she was like, okay, you know what, that she thinks she will actually have time for that dinner that we've always been saying we're going to go. Then she was like, you know what, just to make sure that we are all properly dressed and everything, that I should come over to her side to come get my nails done. To be honest, I didn't think too much about it because I'm like, me, I'm down to have like my nails done, and then I was going to pay at that. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Cool, I'm in. So we did the bowling and everything, and then even the two of them were kind of dragging me. I was like, oh, you went bowling without me? And then Adiola was also like, oh, you're going to Ayo's place to do your nails. And I'm just like, you guys, you need to you guys need to chill. So we just like laughed it off and had fun. Apparently these two people already knew. They already knew. So the following week, to be honest, I wasn't even feeling it. My fiance then came, and then it was like, oh, that he wants me and him and then a couple of his male friends and their own significant other, their partners, to have like a get-together thing. That the guys were the ones talking about it in their group chat, so they want everybody to bring like their own partners so that we could have like an hangout. And I'm like, okay, that's actually the kind of thing that I like, that setting where it's like cozy. So I'm like, okay, this is actually not bad. Like it comes back after like a couple of days, and it was like, oh, you know what's that, they think it's best if we get like an apartment so that, you know, we can just hang out way into the night, and then anybody that wants to stay back can do, and anybody that wants to go back home after the hangout can also do that. And I'm like, okay, sure, cool, no problem. So at this point, I already knew, like, so I was just gisting her. I was like, oh, that we even have like a hangout. My fiancé and his friends, we have like a hangout. And then I think I was even like, oh, I think I'm going to ask him if it's okay for you to come. Because according to him, this was supposed to be him, his friends, and their significant other. So obviously, like, I knew one way or the other I was going to ask him, since he was specific about the type of hangout it was going to be. So then she was like, yeah, nice. This is somebody that knew. She was like, okay, she thinks that she'll actually try to make it that she has even been bored. Like, sis, you knew. You guys have been planning this thing. So anyway, I reached out to my fiance and I asked him. And then I think this was even where I didn't now suspect anything, and I actually believed him that, okay, yes, this is like a couple's hangout. It was like, oh, that I told you that it was going to be my male friends and then their own significant others. So a couple of them are married, and then some of them like their girlfriends and just things like that. And I was like, that another time then we can have like all of our other friends. It was just going to be his own friends. And then I told her, I was like, oh, this is what he said though, and whatever. She was like, okay, sure, no problem. All along, this madam knew. She was just trying to make me not suspect. And I think he also tried on his end. If he had told me, oh, Ayo needs to come, I would still not have suspected I was going to be a proposal. But the fact that he now said, oh, she wasn't going to be there, and I knew it's not possible for you to plan a proposal if your friends are going to be all there and then my own friends are not going to be there. It's not possible. You know that I want my friends, my close friends, my family to be at the proposal. So I was like, okay, it's definitely not proposing. So I just let it go. Fast forward to when I went to Ayo's house, then I went to make like my nails. I think I did my lashes. Yes, I'd done my lashes, and then I also did my nails. When I now started to kind of suspect a little bit, my fiance had told me that he thinks I should get like a new dress. Like, they want it to be like a dinner sort of thing. In my mind, I'm like, it's an apartment. Like, we're getting an apartment. Why does it have to suddenly go all the way to it being like a dinner thing? But I was like, you know what? At this point, fine, no problem. If you guys want to plan something fancy, he was like, oh, they want to take pictures and just make it memorable. I'm like, okay. So I was like, oh, I just joked, like jokingly. Then I told Ayota, I was like, oh, I'm going to wear jean on top. Apparently, they went to their secret group chat to go and say, this girl wants to wear jean on top. Can you imagine? So as I usually would, I started sending him a couple of options for like dresses that I wanted. And then I noticed that I was being a bit picky in regards to certain dresses. But it's not like I dressed slutty or anything, but he just wanted the dress to be like fully classy. I don't know. It just had the things. And then I think he was also leaning towards white dresses. At the end of the day, I later on knew that it was because he wanted me to properly match with like the decor and the interior of like the proposal setup. Fast forward, I did like my nails, and then I was just wearing like fashion rings because I really enjoyed like the nails. And apparently I was like sent the pictures to their group chat. They just told him, oh, Dara's nails is done, like she's nails ready and whatnot. And the proposal was to happen the following week. And then I was asking Ayo, okay, so when are we going to go out then? So she had like a work excuse. She's always having like a work excuse. And she was like, she'll try to see if we can do something in the middle of the following week. But that she wasn't going to be available the following weekend, which apparently was going to be like a proposal day. And after a couple of days, I went back to my own place. At this point, like, I started to get suspicious. So usually my fiance would ask about like my friends, my sisters, those that are like really close to me that he knows. And then that day, there was a way he just asked, was like, well, how is Ayo? Almost like, but the way he asked, like later when I was thinking about it, it seemed a bit like suspicious. But I still let it go because anyway, I had said Ayo could not come for like the hangout or whatever, and that we'll do like a separate one at that time when Ayo and every other person I want to invite will be able to come. And then he was so particular about the dress. I wanted to buy that dress from like my usual regular vendor that I shop from on Instagram, but she didn't have it in my size. So then I go ahead and tell him, oh, she doesn't have it in my size. I think I'm just going to order for another dress. It was like, no, I should go and look for that dress. So it was when I went to look for that dress, I now met this vendor that sent me a size that was bigger. Even though I'm a size small, I picked a size small, and size small usually fits me perfectly. This vendor delivers the size, and it literally looks like a size medium going to large. I think I have a video. I'm going to probably put it here. I don't even like the video, so I'll probably try to put like what I'm talking about on the screen. So I saw my fiancé, or my boyfriend at the time. I saw him a day before the proposal, and this man did not even let anything go. In addition, a couple of days before this, the week of the proposal, I had planned to go and see Adiola at our place. But then Adiola now came up with like a very funny excuse. To be honest, the excuse she gave was so funny. I wasn't upset, but I was a bit off. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, we already planned this and I was going to come, and then the excuse you're giving me today doesn't make sense. And later on, she was just telling me she didn't want me to come because at that point it was already too close to the proposal. and she didn't want to just slip up because they were already planning a lot of things. So she didn't want to talk because we'll yap, and then she would just go and let out the secret. Of course, I forgave her after the proposal. So all those little things, to be honest, I was already suspecting. And then Ayo knew I was suspecting them. So she went to the group apparently. All of this I just found out after the proposal. So she went to the group and told them that I was suspecting that girl, she's too smart for her liking. So I think the major thing that now happened that now made me realize I think I'm going to be getting proposed to today. The day of the proposal, I was at my place. So my fiancé said he was going to come and pick me. I started getting ready. I started doing my makeup. But at that point, it started raining. So I reached out to him. I'm like, it's raining. And this rain looks like a lot. It looks like the rain is going to keep falling. So then he was like, oh, I should not worry. I should just chill. I should be calm and everything. And then a quick backstory, he had to like take his car to the mechanics for a bit. So his car was at the mechanic at that point. So I knew he was either going to come and pick me with another of his friend's car, or he was going to come with like an Uber. But anyway, I was just like, my house is going to get flooded. And then in my mind, I just started thinking, you know what? Anyway, it's an hangout. If I can't make it to this hangout, I guess I'm going to meet every person that I've not met, like some of his friends. I'm going to just see them later on, and then we can hang out. But then was like, I should not worry. I should just chill. That why am I stressing myself? So that response was already getting me like, I said, okay, no problem. I'm not stressed. So I finish off my makeup and then tell me why this rain starts pouring heavily. I already knew at this point that my area was going to get really flooded. A part of me started to get a bit sad, almost as if I knew that, oh, something was going to happen, right? I started getting sad. We were supposed to leave around, I think, 4. But he ended up reaching out around almost 6. And it was later on I also knew that they were trying to still set up at the location, so we could not go there yet. So then he reached out and was like, okay, he's on his way. And then I told him that there's a lot of flood. And he still told me, don't worry. Like, this man told me, don't worry. This is somebody that runs away from like flood whenever it rains in my area. It was like, oh, I should not worry. I should just be chill and calm. So then he calls me when he was outside my place. And then I come out. To be honest, guys, there was a lot of water everywhere. If you live in Lagos, you guys, rain has spoiled a lot of my plans in Lagos. I didn't even know it was going to rain so bad on my proposal day. And then when it was outside my place, he then calls me, only for me to manage to wade through some of the water. And I was wearing white. So I'd rolled up my dress and then I wore like a white kind of robe on it just to make sure that water doesn't stain, because I'm like, and I'm wearing white again today of all days. So anyway, I find my way outside to the car, and then I see that he actually came with an Uber. And it was like a normal salon car, Uber car. And if anybody knows Lagos, an Uber driver is not going to go into somewhere that has like so much water. An Uber driver is never going to do that. Except maybe somebody's dying and the person is even really kind that, oh, I don't want you to die, so let me help you. Typically, a normal Lagos Uber driver is not going to do that. So when I saw that, I was honestly like, wow. So I'm like, an Uber driver came into this water because water literally entered this man's car. That was when I really started suspecting. I'm like, okay, this can't just be like an hangout, because for you to be so insistent you want me there, that means this thing cannot happen without me. And what's the only situation where that happens? A situation where I'm being proposed to. I was already a bit moody because the water thing was just like really annoying. So we got outside of my estate where it was like a bit dry. So we had to park and try to scoop a bit of water away from like the cab. You guys, this thing was like an horror. So just imagine doing all of that. So like my energy was already a bit low. Apparently all that while, they were also texting him from the venue, my friends and whatnot, that, oh, that hope is keeping me happy. Like, you should try to keep my spirits up, because they know that's me. I can just vex now and say I'm not coming. I'm not coming again. So he was trying to talk to me. He was so calm. And I'm like, literally in this situation, you are not that calm. So what's going on? So that time I really started suspecting. We got to like the venue. It was somewhere around Ikoyi. So we got there, and to be honest, they had water there as well. Like when he paid the Uber, like I saw the Uber driver's face lit up. So I knew, oh, he must have like paid him like to compensate him for like the stress and the water that got into his car. So the man dropped us, and then we had to call one of his friends that was already at the venue to come and get us, because it wasn't so far anymore. We could see the apartment like further down, but there was water, so we couldn't go into the water. My mic went off, and to be honest, I need to charge it for a while, so I really hope you guys can hear me. So, but I think I'm going to end out the video. I'm going to just finish up the video without using my mic. So then we were waiting for his friend to come and pick us after the Uber driver dropped us closer to the venue. And then my mom calls me, like, sometimes my mom calls me around that time of the night, but I think we had even spoken already that day. So she calls me, and then she was like, oh, am I okay? One of my friends, who apparently was at the venue, called And then she was like, oh, she wants to show us something about Dara. So I just told her that I and my fiance went out, that he had like this thing he wanted us to go to, and then that's where we currently were, or that we're almost getting there. So like we just had like an event or like a hangout thing, like just something like that. And then she was like, oh, okay, that, because she didn't really understand what Precious was saying, that network was a bit crappy, so Precious was just trying to say, so apparently I think they were trying to call my mom on ground, so that when I walked in, she was also going to be able to witness and experience the entire thing. So I was just like, oh, nothing is wrong. In fact, when I called the call, she called me again. She was like, is everything okay? I'm like, yes, everything is okay, I don't know. At that point I started clicking. I'm like, okay, this is something that is going on. Precious she let it out a bit, or she let it slide out a bit. By the way, that same day, Precious had reached out to me that she was traveling. She was trying to get me to kind of help her do like a bit of navigation, because she hasn't gone there before. So even that day I was wondering that. Then later on, she even texted me like shortly before my mom called me that, oh, she just got back to Ibadan from where she was supposed to go to. So I was like, oh, Precious is in Ibadan. Apparently Precious was not. So Precious had called my mom so that my mom could know that, oh, they were going to put her on video call so that she could witness and experience like the proposal. So anyway, my mom calls me because she thinks something was wrong with me. My fiance's friend came to get us, and then we drove there, and then we got in. Before we even like started taking up the staircase, so his friend comes and takes off everything from me. Then my fiance also collects my phone from me. At that point I didn't even know like he had collected I was just tired, so he was just trying to like even pet me and just tell me I should chill, I should be okay. So I adjust like my dress and stuff, and then we go upstairs. So on getting upstairs, we opened the door to the penthouse, and then the first thing I see was lights. Then I saw lights, and I'm just like, of course. So I saw lights. I'm not fully clicking yet, so someone comes and gave him the bouquet of flowers. So he collected the bouquet of flowers, and then he was leading me forward. And then at that point I started hearing like some voices that were familiar to me. So I was hearing Ayo's voice. Ayo was like, oh my gosh, she's going to cry. I heard Adiola's voice. I think I even heard Precious' voice. Precious was like, oh, mommy, Dara is here, or something like that. They were not so loud, but like I was picking up those things like gradually. And then I start trying to figure out, I'm like, oh, you guys are such liars. And then I look at my fiance and I'm like, why did you lie? Like, you guys lied. I was already very overwhelmed with everything that happened already that day, and then just knowing that, okay, this is actually what has been going on. You guys have been planning this. I got like a little bit emotional, so I turned my back towards, because I'm already seeing flickers of like cameras and stuff here. And then this very nice song, The Best Part by Savi Erin, was playing. So everything was just all mixed together. So everybody's phone was out, like his very close friends were around, like everything was just, at that point I didn't even notice everybody that was around, but I just knew that I heard a couple of people. So I'm like, okay, it is actually happening, right? So I walk in, and then he has like this entire PowerPoint presentation. That was like the highlights of the night for me. Talk about intentional. Thank you, baby. So he had like this PowerPoint thing going on, where he had like prepared like slides, and he also did like a printout of everything that was on the PowerPoint. And this says, a love story written in forever. So this is the two of us. And then the back of this says, every page of this story leads to this moment. You are my greatest blessing and the love of my life. Will you make me the happiest man alive and say yes to forever with me? So that's the text that is there. I'll try to see if I can get like a separate video and also put it on the screen for you guys to see. We actually made 2 copies of this, and I have one, and I think he wanted to keep one. So you guys, it was so beautiful and cute. Like, he didn't just do like the conventional, oh, I'm kneeling down and then I'm like, will you marry me? It took us about 15 to 20 minutes to walk through like the PowerPoint. It was so beautiful, guys. Like, there's like so many different things. So he said, from here till eternity is the day we met. That's part 1, where it all began. So he was asking me, do you remember where we took this picture? Do you remember what we did on this day? It was so cute. The days we went on date and stuff. Said, our first adventure, moments to remember. Part 2, falling for you when I knew you were the one. Our laughter, our love, the joy we share, little things I love about you. Perfect love story. In the middle, he has like my pictures, like cute pictures of me here. Our journey so far, the support you've given me. You guys, I have to always turn it like this because I can't see upside down. My safe place, a future with you, what I dream of. So like we've talked about this thing where like in our future home together we want like little pieces of pictures like somewhere in our home that forms like this love or this heart shape. See, it was just too beautiful. My heart speaks, you are my everything. And finally he added this, will you marry me? Guys, all of this was on a PowerPoint, so someone was moving the slides for him. It was so beautiful. Okay guys, so I'm back with my mic. After that, like I was saying, he then went on his news and then popped the question. I have the box here to show you guys. It has like the lights. That was so cute. So that kind of like illuminated like the stone on the ring. That was like what I saw, and it was just really beautiful. I was so emotional, and I mean I didn't cry, but like I felt it in me that yes, like this is actually where we were meant to be. And then he said like really nice, little cute, sweet things here and there to me, some of which I still remember. But anyway, there's a video montage which I'm going to just play. And then I'm going to add it on the screen. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted. So I'll just show you guys so you guys can see like the setup and like what I was wearing and whatnot. So yeah, let's go.
I feel so excited today that I'm taking my first move to actually assure my woman that I truly love her. I'm so happy and happy to propose to her today.
I'm like literally ecstatic today. I'm very happy. I found my final destination, my bus stop. So happy. It was so beautiful, guys. Like, really, I hope I don't get copyrighted. But even if I do, I probably will still leave because the audio was also one of the things I love the most about the video. Every time I sit down, I really reflect and look back, and I'm like, yes, I had a very nice proposal. I can't even lie. He put thought into it, and I could see him. And then, of course, it was already late at that point, so we started to just have like fun. We took pictures, and then I started calling some of my friends that were not with me. Oh, another thing my friends did that I really liked was they called some of my closest friends that were not in Nigeria. Not all of them were reachable, but they called a couple of them to join in. So a new banker joined in online. Tola joined in. I didn't also know it was when the proposal was done. That was when they told me it was really beautiful. I had like a really nice time that day, set aside from the rain because Lagos rain can scatter your plans. In fact, when I think about it, Lagos rain almost stopped my proposal from happening. Can you imagine? Anyway, that did not happen, so we thank the Lord Jesus. Like I said, introduction will be soon. This might go up shortly before that or after. Then I can post and breathe easy. Now I'm able to now wear my ring to church, wear it everywhere I want to wear it to without hiding my hand. I'm definitely going to try as much as possible. Fully carry you guys along on the journey of planning my introduction, the court wedding, the traditional marriage, and then of course the white wedding. So yeah, guys, that is my proposal story. Thank you, my love. Thank you, baby. Single people, sorry. By the time I post this, I would have posted the one on Instagram, and I know that congratulations messages would have started rolling in. So if you're one of those that have seen it on Instagram and you're now seeing this video, thank you so much for all your wishes. I really am grateful, guys, and I'm very excited for this new phase of my life. I just know that this is where I'm supposed to be, and I hope it continues to get better from here on out. And I just pray the same thing for everyone who is wishing the same. I pray you guys also experience like a sweet love, a love that would make you feel comfortable, a love that would make you feel safe, and a love that you can grow with. Really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I need to get monetized because this babe is now in a fiancé era, and it's money that I'm going to use to plan wedding. If you watch up until this moment, you're absolutely amazing. I think this video is probably going to enter 30 minutes, even though I wanted to cut it off at 25 minutes mark. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Let me show you off again. Okay, yeah, guys, let's go. Fancy error. Bye, guys.